All right, so in this video, as the title suggests, I will be going over some of my absolute favorite desk accessories and things that really have made my life a lot easier. I just upgraded my laptop at the beginning of this year from this Dell Latitude 3570. It's a big boy. It was a hand-me-down, and finally at the beginning of this year, I was like, that's enough. I need a better computer in my life. When I started getting into video editing and other stuff, I really needed something more powerful and with a more up-to-date, better graphics card. So I upgraded to the 16-inch MacBook Pro that came out at the end of 2019, and I absolutely love it. But anyways, so I just upgraded from this, and then when I did that, I also had this, I think it's a 27-inch Mac monitor, and I think it might be from 2011, so it's not 4K or anything, but it's definitely a big improvement from my other monitor. I'll show you what I was using before. Look at this. Look at this tiny little 4x3, I think, monitor. You can see like it's almost as small as my laptop monitor. So yeah, this one was definitely like 720p maybe. So it was a big upgrade for sure. That other monitor was a VGA, so I kind of had to change things since the MacBook Pro only has 4 Thunderbolt 3s. I really needed some new accessories. We'll adjust the camera angle a little bit, and then we'll get into showing you some of the things that I love that are new to this desk. So before we get into talking about my favorite desk accessories, I want to talk about the unofficial sponsor for this video. So I specifically chose this sponsor for this video because when I went from that Dell Latitude that I just showed you, I actually tried to first get this Lenovo Yoga C940 14-inch laptop. I ended up having to send it back though. When I went from the Dell to the Yoga to then this, it was an absolute lifesaver having Dashlane. I probably had it for almost a year now. I never really used any password managers before, but I highly recommend it. It's so convenient. I use it almost every day. I honestly do not know what almost any of my passwords are anymore. I just use this, and it's great because it's not native to just one platform. I was able to seamlessly go from my Windows 10 to the Mac OS, and then I also have Parallels on here, so I can use it on all of my operating systems, and then I can use it on my iPad, my phone. It's so convenient to use. And not only does it help manage your passwords, it also does a lot of safety tracking for you. Anytime that there's news about a website or a company possibly having a data breach, it will basically alert you and recommend that you change your password, which is awesome. It searches for your information on the dark web as well. If there are any secure notes that you need to take care of, you know, anything from Wi-Fi passwords to credit card information, there's just literally so many things that you can do with it. If you click on the link in the description, you can get premium for 6 months free, which is such an awesome deal. Again, with tech season coming out, I can't recommend this enough to you. And you can choose how protected things are. It allows you to use the Touch ID through your MacBook Pro, and then you can choose certain passwords that maybe you just want those to have to be extra protected, and you can type in your master password to log into Dashlane, as well as to access other extra sensitive information that you maybe want to really thoroughly protect, like bank account information. So again, highly recommend it. If you want 6 months free premium, click on the link below, and hopefully you guys like it as much as I do. It's a game changer. Anyways, enough about that. Let's talk about my favorite desk accessories. First thing here is the Apple Trackpad. It's the second one, I believe, because it's Bluetooth. It's just a lightning cable, and it works really, really well. I chose this over getting a mouse because you can still use all of the gestures. I really didn't want to lose any of those gestures. I didn't even really want to give up the touch bar on top of the Mac, but I couldn't find a way to make my desk work without propping up my laptop. So this was my compromise. Next thing that I absolutely love is this Logitech MX Keys for Mac. I think that's what it's called. It's full Bluetooth, although it does give you a USB that you can plug in. So I only do this through Bluetooth. Battery's really good. You can have up to 3 devices programmed. So I've really only ever used it just with my MacBook Pro. You could have up to 3 different desktops programmed that you can just seamlessly switch between them. I haven't done much with it, but when I did try with my iPad when I first got it, it worked well. And it has all all of the same keys basically as your MacBook Pro. So it's just really easy to go back and forth. I just felt like this was worth my money more than the Apple keyboard, because the Apple keyboard I think is more expensive than this, and you only can do one device. So I was like, why would anybody choose that over this? This is awesome. I've been so happy with this keyboard. It works really well. It feels really nice. I know some people complain about how big it is. I do actually use the number pads a lot, so I like the extra space, but it does take up a decent amount of room, which is why when I'm working, I tend to put my trackpad right below the keyboard instead of, you know, like normally you'd have your mouse here. That is a really far way to go. So I just make the change and kind of match my laptop. I usually line my trackpad right underneath my space bar, and then it's just basically what you would normally be doing if you had your normal keyboard. Then this is another accessory that I really like. It's not the fastest charging thing, but you know, when you're just sitting here at your desk, it's so easy. I can't put my phone on it because my phone's filming, but you can just set your phone here and then it would be charging, which is really awesome. This is the only wireless charger that I actually have. I haven't really made that switch yet because I really like to have the metal rings on the back of my cell phone. So that kind of doesn't allow for wireless charging because it can't charge through stainless steel or whatever the rings are usually made out of. I did find a solution for that and I'm pretty pleased with it. But it's nice, you know, if my Apple Watch is dying and I'm sitting here at my desk when I'm not moving and I don't mind sacrificing some of those move goals, you can just throw it on here and it looks pretty. You can lay your phone on here, and I chose this one specifically because I thought it looked nice, and then you can put your phone vertically and horizontally, which not all of them allow you to do, and I think that's kind of useful to have. You can turn off the LED or on. It has a lot of safety features in it. It also does have a lightning plug that you can put your AirPods on, so that's a nice touch. Some of the other ones made you run your Apple Watch charger actually up through it, so I liked that this was built in. Definitely highly recommend that. I guess the next thing is the Rain Design mBase. I mainly just got this because I wanted to lift this monitor up just a little bit, but it really does blend in nicely. It has a nice little drawer that I can actually even fit my AirPods in, and I keep a charging cable in it, so if I wanted to charge my trackpad, this is plugged into the back of the Apple monitor. So I'm not sure if I picked the wrong size. I thought that this was the 27-inch 2011 version. It kind of doesn't go to the full edges of the base, but I still think that it looks really nice. Yes, the next thing is the stand for the Mac. I really like it because you can change the height, you can rotate it 360, and you can angle it differently. So many of the other ones that I see, like you can't customize any of those features. This is as low as it can go, and you can do so many other customizations with the angle and the height that I am just really happy with it. So it has the rubber on it to keep your computer from sliding. It has rubber on the bottom as well. And again, you can totally rotate it and turn it. It's really solid. It's not my favorite color. I wish that it would match the color of the MacBook. It definitely got me to the height that just made this setup the way that I really wanted it to be. Now, the docking station in the back is definitely my favorite accessory. This is absolutely like one of my favorite things that I bought for this desk. I initially started off with this USB-C hub. It has 8 ports in it. So you have the micro SD, the SD, 2 USB-As, 1 USB-A, I think it's like 2.0 is for your accessories, another USB-C, I think that it's Thunderbolt, an HDMI, and an Ethernet, which I do need, and it comes with a nice little silicone thing to protect it. So you can run the Apple charger through here, and then this can put out power to your computer, but I kind of noticed some issues with it. It didn't work that perfectly, and then also this monitor did not work with this. I had to do a bunch of different converting cables to get this monitor to work. I figured, you know what, let me try out getting a docking station. I still can't believe that docking stations cost so much more than what a hub is. Couldn't wrap my head around. Like some of them only have the same ports as this basically, but they're still like $100 more. But it is really powerful. It is the CalDigit TS3 Plus Thunderbolt station. It has 15 ports. it will charge your computer. So it comes with, I believe it's a DC power adapter that powers this and will give power to your computer, which was nice because I also, you know, take this when I leave the office to work on it. And I didn't want to have to buy an extra power brick from Apple as well as the like extension cord. So here I just use this power cord to power this, and then it feeds it through the computer, and I can take the power brick and the extension cord portion that came with the computer and, you know, just take that with me and keep it in my computer bag. So that part was really, really nice. All of these things obviously will be in the description, so if you want to look more closely, I'm not going to go through the specifications. I don't necessarily need all of the ports, but this allows me to use this monitor, where this one I had to have 2 things plugged into my Mac, and I know it's silly, but when I plug in, I only want to have to plug in 1 cable, and then this CalDigit allows me to only have to plug in 1 cable when I set my computer down, which I just think is really convenient and awesome, and easier cable management, which is cool. When I use this, I had to have the power cord going into it. I had to have this to get my Ethernet, and I think I even had to do a couple of other different adapters to get this monitor to work on here, because this is like the really old mini display port. It's not the mini display port with charging capabilities, and it's not the mini display port with Thunderbolt capabilities. I don't know, it's really confusing. I had to try so many adapters to get this to work, and this CalDigit basically just does it almost seamlessly. So this is how easy it is to get my computer up and going. Just plug it in. You can see it kicked on my wireless charger here. And there you go, just like that, it works. It works in clamshell mode. I don't have a 4K monitor, and I obviously don't have dual monitors. I just have my laptop and then the one. A lot of the docking stations and hubs that I looked at, that seemed to be concerns that a lot of people had. So unfortunately, I can't attest to it, although I did read comments that people were able to get this to work. There might be some extra little hoops that you have to jump through. I haven't had any problems with it with this setup though. One thing that I don't love about this is when I unplug my computer from the power, it's like it senses that it lost the connection to your computer and it will not keep putting out power, which I guess is a good thing. Like, I have my Apple Trackpad here, and if I wanted to charge this over the weekend and I wanted to do it through one of the cords that I have attached to the CalDigit docking station, it doesn't work. So as long as it's plugged into the computer, it'll keep putting out power through all of its many different outputs, but not when it's not plugged into your computer. Let's look at this. I don't feel like unplugging everything because I'm lazy. This is the mini display port that comes from the monitor, and I have it going into a mini display port to a display port, which it's pretty cool that it actually has that port, I feel like, because not that many do. And then this is the DC adapter that goes into there. There's my Ethernet. You have a, I believe that's an optical input, and then here's one of the USB-Cs, more USB-As, and then on the front, so you can see you have those ports as well. So you can stand it up or you can lay it down. For me, it kind of just works better being like that. So you can see I still have ports available, and it's just so easy to plop my computer down and then just have to use this one cord, which is just awesome. But yeah, so hopefully that was helpful. I absolutely love my docking station. It's definitely an investment. It really just simplifies the setup, and making up for the fact that we're losing a lot of those ports. It's so clean to plug things in with just one cord. I think like probably the docking station is my first favorite thing. This keyboard is incredible, and then like everything else is kind of tied. I do really like the wireless charger. Again, I'll put links for everything down in the description. I'm sure I missed some stuff, and maybe I even misspoke. I kind of had to record this whole thing like 3 times because my phone ran out of storage and then I got interrupted. It's been a long process for what should have been a short video. So if you have any questions and feel like I missed something, I can try to clarify. It's pretty simple what I got going on here, but I think it just completes the look and really makes it easy for me to just pick up and leave, and I'm really happy with it. If you got anything out of this video, make sure you like it, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next video. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.